views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello and welcome to Open University from our BronxNet East studios at Mercy College, where we keep you in the loop on current discussions in and around the community. I am your host, Nancy Asiama, and here's what we have on today's show. We have a health nutritionist who is here to share with us her story and give us some tips on how to stay and eat healthy. Plus, Dear Black Girl Incorporated is hosting their first charity event right here in the Boogie Down Bronx, and we would share that information. Also, we had the chance to sit with a hip-hop storyteller who tells stories of different artists through her social media and t-shirts. And last but not least, the Bronx and Wine Festival is coming this August. And today, we will sit with the president of this event to tell us all about the details. So sit back, don't touch that dial, and let me keep you in the loop with a brand new episode of Open University. Okay, you're gonna come with me. Hello everyone, I'm your host Nancy Asiama and welcome to Open University. We begin today's show with some healthy advice. Sylvia Elbaz is a nutritionist who's been practicing since 1990. She's here to tell us more and also to discuss about her cuisine program. We welcome Sylvia Elbaz to the show. Hi, Sylvia.
Hi.
Nice to have you. Nice to join us this Tuesday morning. So, to start off, if you can tell us a little bit about, who you are and your background.
Oh, I'm a New York State certified nutritionist.
Okay.
And my mission is nutrition, keeping people away from the knife and pill club.
Mm-hmm.
My passion is music, though.
Oh.
It's like having a husband and a lover. It's too much. I can't keep up with it. But anyhow, the program started. It wasn't even, I never even thought of the idea of having a program until there was an article in the Riverdale Press that Cablevision was coming to the Bronx, and because they were using the streets for the lines and so forth, they had to have a channel for the public, a community one. So I called them up. That's what gave me the idea. I said, why not have a healthy cooking program? Because, you could watch Julia Child and get a heart attack with that, with what she was presenting. And I said, gee, but I'm saying the idea came to me from reading that in the newspaper. So I called them up and they said, well, send us a proposal. I did that. Then they said, a program.
Wow.
I didn't know from nothing.
Yeah.
But I had a friend who was a director and an actor and a playwright.
Okay.
And he had just bought a TV camera. He wanted to do documentaries. I said, well, what about a cooking program? Great. And before you know it, we had a sample program and they liked it and off we went.
Nice. And it all started because you picked up a newspaper.
Yeah,
and everyone keeps saying newspapers are dead, but
no, and it was a Riverdale Press, and that's what gave me the idea,
That's exciting.
So it was all of a sudden, it was a new world, but on the other hand, how would I know how to do anything like this? The point is I had been teaching, and I'd been teaching science. So instead of, the thing here was pots and pans instead of test tubes. And it was like recipes instead of, oh, this is what we need for our supplies to demonstrate our science program. So in other words, all these years that I was complaining, oh, I have to do lesson plans and this, that, and the other thing, it was perfect preparation for this program.
Yeah.
Because I was able to plan everything. Like, for example, a class, everything has to be done in 45 minutes. Here I had 29 minutes and I had to arrange everything. So it was like all these years I had been preparing for this program. So anyhow, and then and I actually wrote the theme song for it. You have 20 seconds to listen to that one.
Oh, wow.
Won't you come into my kitchen, sit right down, I'll take your hat. I got a lot of goodies, but they'll never make you fat. With whole grains, fruits, and veggies to make you feel so good. So let's cook up our favorite food in Health's kitchen. Yum, yum.
Yum, yum.
So anyhow, the first thing I always tell people about food, if it doesn't walk, swim, fly, crawl, or grow, it ain't food, you don't eat it.
Okay.
So when you start seeing things on a thing like F&D yellow number 6, that's not a food, so you don't eat it because your body doesn't know what to do with it. It knows what to do with all the fruits and vegetables, but it doesn't know what to do with all these crazy formulas and so forth. So stay away from it because it's just going to make you older faster. You know, you want to get older slower. And it can create all different kinds of things. And the other thing I tell people, when you're looking at the plate, that's your body that's on the plate. So if you understand that you are a person of value with a mission in life, you'll demand that what's on the plate has sufficient value for a person of value with a mission in life. Otherwise, you're slandering yourself.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to look at it.
So I'm saying you should have that attitude, you know, and that's basically, that's all you need to know. Well, the other thing is that you want something as close to the way it grew as possible. For example, if you eat a baked potato, you can recognize that as a potato.
Of course.
Eat a potato chip. I don't know, what is this?
Yeah.
You know.
You're like, is this really
so the
a
more they
potato?
work on it, the more good stuff comes out and the more opportunity for bad stuff to come in.
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple, you know.
Yeah.
But the program, I did a lot of different cultures to show that you can have the same attitude. I have one Latin American program, I have Italian program, I have, I did one for I think the Passover or something like that. So in other words, I try to show that no matter what culture you're from, I mean, you can certainly eat healthy and be healthy.
Yeah, nice. And I would love to, you know, continue to sit here and keep talking about your show, but, you know, just so everyone is in tune with you and so they can keep updated with you, tell us, you know, where your show is being programmed, what channel, and just tell us where, if someone wanted to find out more information, where they can reach you.
Well, we missed the program. It's on Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
On Channel 68, BronxNet.
Okay.
Now, do you want to hear about other places you can hear the program?
Yeah.
All right, well, here's the story, because Manhattan Neighborhood video streams it if you want to get up early on a Sunday morning at 8:30.
Okay.
So that's if you're in Manhattan and you have Time Warner Cable. But the interesting thing is this, that they video stream it at that time. So if you're in California and want to get up at 5:30 in the morning on a Sunday, you can go to their website, which is, I think that's MNN, and there they have a channel 56. So it's interesting because that means that the program could be seen on the internet anywhere, but only at that particular time.
Okay.
And it's amazing. I never expected fan mail.
Really?
I said, oh, people are watching the show.
Yeah. Nice. Well, it's definitely amazing to have you here, you know, talking with us, and thank you again for joining us this morning, because, I mean, hearing your song, now I want to be able to, you know, make sure what I'm eating is healthy all the time. But thank you so much, Sylvia. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate your reaching out to me. I
No
really
problem,
appreciate
no
that
problem.
very much. Thank you so much.
No problem. We have to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We have the details to the first charity event of Dear Black Girl Incorporated. We'll be right back.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Welcome back. I'm excited about this next organization that's coming up. Dear Black Girl Incorporated is a charity organization, a nonprofit mentoring program where their mission is to teach, love, and encourage little girls. Today, we have the executive director of Dear Black Girl to tell us about their first charity event. We welcome Cassandra Pryor to the show.
Thank
Hi,
you.
good morning,
Thank you.
Cassandra.
Good morning.
So, can you tell us a bit about the Dear Black Girl?
Well, Dear Black Girl, like you said, is a nonprofit mentoring program. We're based in the South Bronx, and we just want to encourage little girls, give them self-confidence, let them know that they're beautiful. We want to be role models. We want to encourage them, things like that. So we put together little events for them, and we want to raise money to save for them for college.
Nice. So, what was the purpose behind this? And I know taking the initiative to, you know, make sure somebody's child or somebody's daughter is feeling good about themselves. That's a big responsibility. What was the purpose behind this whole thing?
I personally have a daughter. My daughter is going to be 14. She's going to high school. And I always try to encourage her.
Okay.
I always try to lift her spirits, so that how beautiful she is, how smart she is. And I shouldn't just do that for my daughter. I should do that for everybody's daughter. Like we all need that love. We all need that unity. So it's just important. It takes a village to raise a child. So I just want to incorporate that.
Nice, and I commend you for that, because
Thank
it
you.
takes a lot to to take that responsibility. So
Thank you.
yeah. I know you're excited about your first charity event.
So
Tell us
excited.
about that.
So excited. So we linked up with Gaucho's Gym right here in the Bronx. They allowed us to use their space to have a basketball game this coming Saturday, June 11th. And we're going to raise money to start college 529 plans for our young girls and any little girl in the community that wants to join our program. So.
I think you're probably going to see me there, because I'm going to be the reporter for that. So
Yes.
I'll be there. So your mission is to teach, love, and encourage little girls. How do you guys plan on accomplishing that, or how do you go about motivating these young girls?
When I was growing up, I think that a lot of females, we want to change something about ourselves. We want to look different, or we want to be like somebody else. I just think that it's so important that we want to be ourselves, that we want to look like ourselves, and embrace ourselves. So our whole point is to just get these little girls together and just tell them that they're perfect just the way they are. Nobody told me that coming up. You know, my mom told me that I was beautiful, but nobody ever said, Cassandra, you're perfect. You're fine just the way you are. Your lips, I wanted my lips smaller, my nose smaller, my eyes to be a different color. I think that we all as females go through that, and that's not okay. We just need to increase the self-love and pass that on to these little girls.
Definitely.
And just guide them and direct them. Let them know that whatever they want to be when they get older, they can do it without having any inhibitions about, like, am I gonna have enough money? Is it gonna be okay?
Yeah.
You know, am I gonna make it? They just need to be encouraged with just a little push, and it doesn't cost anything to do that.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
Just words.
Just words,
yeah.
hugs, love, just love.
Yeah, that's wow. And again, I'm really impressed, because it takes, with everything going on with social media and everyone seeing, oh my God, I want to do this, I want to have this, I want to have that.
Right.
It's good to have somebody in the community who's, hey, you're fine the way you are. You don't have to do this. You don't have to, want to be this. Just be yourself. And and sometimes it's easier to be yourself than to try and be somebody else.
I mean, it's just the best thing for you.
Yeah.
It
So,
really is. It's the best thing for you.
Yeah.
To just be yourself.
Yeah, I'm really impressed. So, tell us about the Black Girl Journal that you guys have.
Well, I'm a writer, and Dear Black Girl, the journal started out as just Dear Black Girl as a whole. The whole organization started out with me just writing letters to my daughter. I just wanted to encourage her and prepare her. She's about to go to high school, so just give her advice on, self-confidence, peer pressure, her health, eating right, finances, different things like that. And I just wanted her to be ready. I think it's important to write. I think it's important to write down your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, or whatever it is that, just to get it off your chest. And when it was done, I was literally just making one book for her. And I said, this is something special. Every little girl needs this.
Definitely.
And then came the whole Dear Black Girl. So the journal is just filled with inspirational letters, covering the things that I just mentioned. And it also has numerous quotes from historical Black women, Maya Angelou, Oprah Winfrey. I mean, across the board. It's a really good book.
Yeah, wow. I might want to even buy that and take it with me. But I am really impressed, because it takes so much. And I'm pretty sure, you have a lot of time invested. And you only started out wanting to motivate your child. And here you go, becoming a role model and encouraging other young girls. And to me, in the neighborhood, especially in the Bronx, that's
Especially in the
amazing.
Bronx, yeah. It takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
And we often get caught up in complaining, of how we want things to be, or about the children that are running around now and what they're doing. We want to change so much. We talk about it all the time. At what point does somebody say, let me do something about what it is that I don't like, whether it's within yourself or in the community? At what point do you change or try to? So,
and I wish you were, you know, around, or someone like you were around when I was in high school, because that's the time where I went through the hardest, you know, trying to fit in, trying to be accepted. And of course, when you're somebody of color, it's hard to, you know, fit in certain groups, but we all grow up and then we're like, oh, you know, just look back at it and like, I lived through it.
I made it. But could you imagine if this existed back then and there was more unity, and there was more, whether like Black, Hispanic, if there was more unity and everything, it would just be so much different. Like the network would be stronger, the sisterhood would be stronger. It wouldn't be survival of the fittest or just me. It would be about us. It's just power in numbers.
And one thing I also always live by is to never compete. Always give credit whenever it's due, and never to compete with anybody. So I'm really, thank you for coming.
No, of course. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
And I look forward to seeing you Saturday, because then, you know, I get to actually experience what Dear Black Girl is about.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Thank you so much.
No problem. So we have to take a quick break, but we'll return with more Open University.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Back. BronxNet's correspondent, Hanoi Evangelista, sat down with a Bronx hip-hop storyteller. This storyteller tells stories around music, but let's find out more.
Welcome back to Open University. I'm your host, Hanoi Evangelista. Our next guest is a Brussels-based creative director with a unique Bronx style. We welcome Mila to the show. Hi Mila, how are you?
Doing great, thank you for
having me. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
So just to start, just tell us a little bit, what is it that you do?
I tell stories around music on t-shirt and sweatshirts.
So tell us a little bit about your designs. What is it that is unique about them?
Well, I use original archives and here for a third collection, I collaborated with the very first hip hop artist originated from the Bronx.
Okay.
Like here, this one. You wanted to tell me about this one? Well, you have that's an original flyer from early 80s, and you have like all the very first name. Like you had here, for example, Grandmaster Caz. You probably know the song "Rapper's Delight," right? I said the hip, the hop, the hip,
oh, yes,
the hip,
yes,
hip,
yes,
hop,
yes.
you don't have. Well, that's the artist who wrote the lyrics.
Oh, okay. So tell us about the other shirt. I see that you have some other shirts. Tell us about that one.
Well, it's also you're somebody you may know. This is an original flyer made by made by Joe Conzo, who we had on the show. And it was a flyer from the very first hip-hop group that hailed from the Bronx, South Bronx, the Cold Crush Brothers.
So how is it that you base yourself, how is it that you influence what you do with the Bronx?
Well, I thought that these artists can really inspire anybody, because like in tough situation, like it was in the end of the 70s, and people could really find interesting and positive way to exist and to tell, look, we have a story. Here we are.
So we were talking earlier, and you told me that you tell this story through your social medias, right? Just tell us a little bit, what is it exactly you say through your social media? Do you show the shirts, or you speak about it?
Well, I speak about it, and then also I show, like I try to show pictures, like to meet the artist and show, look, this is the artist, and he did that and he did that, and also show how other artists are paying respect to them. Like recently, I met with the Far Side, and so they are hailing the shirt, and so I tried. That's what I try to do, and bit by bit explain what influenced me, and so that people can learn about it.
Okay. After you create the shirts, what is it that you do with them? Do you sell them or?
Yes, they are sold in different boutiques in Belgium,
Okay.
and also on online as well.
So what is the website that you sell them?
It's guttu.be.
And your social media, so the audience can follow you.
It's on Cool Sugar. You have me on Snapchat. Well, on Snapchat you have a lot. You can follow all the things that I do today since I came here in the Bronx and meet the people I met. And you have also Instagram and Facebook, and all with Cool Sugar. And Snapchat, it's Mila, M-L-L-A.
Okay, great. Just before we leave, is there anything else that you want to share about your company, about your work?
Yes, I used to work for Etnies, the skateboard brand, and there I really got to learn what is really how to make a positive impact for the people and the planet in general. That's why I try to have it's fair wear, it's organic, and that was something really important to me because people don't know it's 1/3 of the cotton production is handpicked by children in Uzbekistan. They're forced to do so. So I really want that's Cool Sugar is want to be like a Grammy who is positive all around.
Okay, great. Just let's show the T-shirt to the camera so they can see it before we leave. Let's put that back first. Yeah, this is a nice job. It looks really nice. So you create them yourself on the website? How is it that you put this work into the T-shirt?
Well, I received the archives, and usually I try to not touch it at all.
Okay.
So because these are archived, and that's why on each you have a little archive number with a little bit of a story, like you're in a gallery.
Okay.
And that's just like here you have a little bit of the number of the archives and the story.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Mila, for coming in today.
you.
And we're going to put your social media so the audience can be able to follow you. Okay?
Thank you.
We have to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of Open University.
Thanks, Hanoi. No one should be hungry is the theme of the president of the Bronx Food and Wine Festival. This event is taking place on August 12th, and we have the details on how to purchase your ticket or even be part of the biggest event happening right here in the Bronx. But first, let's take a look at a preview of your last event.
I'm at Bay Plaza Mall not to shop, but to take in all the deliciousness that is Eat NYC, the Bronx Food and Wine Festival.
Bronx Beer Hall's beer is the best because all of our beer is locally brewed. Not only do we get to promote our restaurant and show people what we do and get our name out there, we get to support a cause. So it's a double win. So to have this kind of that level of consciousness, that level of charity at an event where the food is so plentiful, it makes a lot of sense.
We're a regular group of people, citizens of the Bronx, and we're just trying to help people that we can help.
All that yummy food, and I hope the president brought this as we welcome him to the show. Right. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. First of all, I'm disappointed that you didn't bring any things for us to taste, but I'll live with that. What is it that you do, and what can you tell us about the Bronx Food and Wine Festival?
Well, the Bronx Food and Wine Festival's main purpose is to help the food bank for New York City make food more accessible here in our area. Mm-hmm. Our main goal every year is to create awareness and secure donations for the food bank. Last year, our event took place for the first time ever at the Mall of Bay Plaza, September 17th, and we were able to bring together over 70 brand partners, including Macy's, Pandora Jewelry, Deluso Meats, The Pretzel Maker, and a lot of others, all just for this event, creating awareness.
Nice. So when exactly was the festival, the Food and Wine Festival, founded, and what is your main mission or goal?
Again, the Food and Wine Festival was created last year, September 17th, 2015.
Oh, so that was the first?
That was our first event, very first.
That's a big first event.
Our main goal, again, is to make food more accessible and to build a stronger community.
Okay.
Our event last year was able to help the food bank feed 25,000 local hungry men, women, and children here in New York.
Okay, nice. And how can people donate to you guys?
Well, there's a number of ways that we look to people to help us out. One is donations. We also look for vendors. But another big thing that we do with the community is work with local grassroots organizations, some of them being local food pantries like the Reverend Alcides Torres food pantry that just opened here about a month ago.
Okay.
They literally are a month old and they've served over 100 people, and they're looking for resources to replenish their pantry. So it's things like that that we do here in the community also.
Nice. So your event is coming up August 12th, correct?
Correct.
And how do people go about and finding more information? See, if I wanted to taste some of these delicious stuff that was shown in the video.
Definitely. Well, you can go straight to our website, nycfoodandwinefest.com, or you can look us up on Facebook, and we have links directly to our ticket purchase sites, which is eventbrite.com. You can just go Google us, Food Bank for New York City, NYC Food and Wine Festival, and purchase tickets there. This year we're actually offering a promo code for the community. The promo code is Food Fight.
Okay.
When you enter that, when you're purchasing your ticket, it'll give you a 25% discount.
Okay.
Our event this year will be held at the Bronx Zoo, the Dancing Crane Pavilion, August 12th. And we have a spectacular location there called the Dancing Crane Pavilion. It's about 17,000 square feet of just this gorgeous space surrounded by flamingos and peacocks, and
exciting.
It's really going to be an extraordinary evening that we have planned. So they can go directly to our social media accounts and find us there for more info.
So now, if I wanted to bring my own food and participate and join you guys, how would I go about that?
Vendors can contact us either through our email address, enyc2015@gmail.com, or go straight to our website and it'll give them links and phone numbers to reach us at.
Nice. So what else can you tell us? You know, what's going to be new this year? Anything exciting?
So we have lots going on this year, a little bit of a transition as compared to last year. Last year we had a VIP fashion show and live performances and cooking demos. We'll have some of the same ingredients, if you will, of our event, but some will be changing, and we like to keep it under wraps until the last minute to keep it all as a surprise. But we do have some other exciting things going on, including our magazine launch, which we can't really talk too much about, but the magazine is called The Alchemist Food and Wine Magazine, and it'll be launching this year at the event.
At the event?
The main purpose of that is we're actually we have an online poll this year, and this poll is asking the community to vote for their favorite restaurant in New York, in the Bronx, for 2016. Where this year we'll actually be announcing the winner of that poll and awarding them Best Restaurant, Best Chef of 2016 in the Bronx.
Nice, interesting. So again, if anyone wanted to get more information, if you can repeat, how to contact you, your website, anything.
Sure. So yeah, again, our website is eatnycfoodandwinefest.com, and our email address is eatnyc2015@gmail.com.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us. It's great, and I look forward to tasting some of those amazing looking things that we showed in the video. But thank you for coming.
Thank you.
That's it for our show today. Thank you to our guests for joining us, and you, the viewer, for tuning in. We hope that we've kept you in the loop on everything that's happening in our borough. But before I leave you, just remember that it always seems impossible until it's done. I'm your host, Nancy Asiama. Until next time.